Hi, students. It is November 28th, and the class for November 28th was for the presentations. If you are watching this recording, instead of actually making a presentation yourself, what you should do is a 4 to 5 minute video that you upload by midnight, and that will count for the presentation. I didn't record all the presentations that the students made, so I do want to go over a few of the announcements that I went over in class. So first of all, don't forget that the statistics test is coming up. It opens at 8 a.m. on Friday, and it's due December 3rd, Sunday night by midnight. There's a 70-minute time limit on that, so please make sure that you've set aside 70 minutes of uninterrupted time. Don't forget, you are allowed to use a note card as long as it's handwritten by you. Front and back is fine. And if you don't have note cards, it's okay to cut out a little piece of paper that's 3 by 5 or 4 by 6. Just make sure it's handwritten by you. Okay, for the project 4, in addition to the short video of how the lesson went, you need to upload the updated lesson plan into the discussions area so the rest of the class can download it. And then your 1-page double space reflection goes in the assignments area. And that's where you can also upload your video link if you're doing that short video. Okay, and then I had a student ask me about how to do the dot plot in Tuva Labs. They were having trouble with that, so I'm going to just show you right now how you would do that in Tuva Labs. So we go to tuvalabs.com. Click on Tuva Tools. And you're going to insert your own data. So click Insert Data. And then down here in the chart is where you're going to enter your data. So let's say you collect data on the heights of the students in your class. So we would put heights for our attributes. And then for the cases, you just put the different heights. So let's say you were giving heights in inches. So perhaps your students were 48 inches, 41 inches, 53 inches, 52. Maybe there was several 52s, a 60, a 65, a 47, a 51. 43, 43, 43, 18, 42, 45, and so on. And you need 30 pieces of data for project 5. So I just gave some made up data here just for purposes of demonstrating this. Okay, so first of all, here is the dot plot, and one of your graphs is required to be a dot plot. You drag your attribute to the x-axis and click on dot plot. Then you want to think about, is there any outliers that you maybe want to just exclude from your data? So here's an 18. I doubt that any of you actually have an 18-inch person in your class. So you might want to delete that one before you start. Also, you want to think about, is it reasonable that you would have a 65-inch student in your class? And that's conceivable to have somebody over 5 feet, say you're talking about 5th graders. So first think what is reasonable, and then here's your dot plot. And then from there, you can work on maybe a bar chart. Here's a value bar chart where there's a bar for every single student. You can also do a frequency histogram. Here's a box plot. And by doing the box plot, you can see some of the data that you need. So here, here is the minimum is given as 41, which is the end. It's this end down here. Quartile 1. Quartile 2 is your median, 48. Quartile 3 is 52, the maximum is 65. And it also gives you your interquartile range. Then you can go into your stats to find additional information. So mean, median, mode, your mean average deviation, standard deviation, and so on. Okay, so we have our giving the mean. Let's look at the mean. And then for our standard deviation, we have 49.1 plus or minus that 6.9. You can also look at the median. So here's our median, is 48. In other words, the middle number. The mode, here we have a mode at 52 and at 43. So there's two modes here. Here's the mean is 49.1. And then your standard deviation is helping you see how far from the mean your data is spread out. Okay, this tool here gives you, if you have your data in a scatter plot, helps you find a least squares line. It lets you put on a movable line so you can move to maybe what would be the line of best fit. And that's for if you've got two attributes that you're comparing. So if you had a second attribute that you can put on the y-axis with your scatter plot. Okay, and then you can take a picture, you can draw on your picture. A pie graph is if you have categorical data. So for project 5, you needed numerical data. All right, you can also look at putting on a line graph. If you want to scramble all of your data, you can do that. Remember, you put your attribute here on the x-axis, dot, then a line graph, and so on. Okay, so I hope this overview of Tuva Labs is helpful to you as you finish up Project 5. Bye. Oh, and one more thing, final exam is due December 9th. And finally, the course evaluation is due December 6th by midnight. And that is, you can look for that in D2L or Banner, and I'll also put the link right here. It's at apps.gordonstate.edu/survey/. All right, thank you, everybody. And I look forward to seeing the videos that you submit. Bye.